I'm on the campus of Oklahoma State University, and probably one of the most photographed locations that we have. We're right here in the heart of campus in the formal garden, and you can see behind me we have the library, and probably not a visitor or student on campus hasn't walked through this garden and taken pictures. We like to surprise people with different things and have big splashes of color. And of course, over the past few years, we've been introducing topiaries into our landscape. And again, behind me, we've got topiary hat. We have a topiary boot out on campus in a different location that's been here probably 5 years. We take those in the wintertime because they're not cold hardy. But this year, we're going to introduce some new topiaries out in another location that's a color garden that will spell out OSU. And again, there is live plants growing on those with long fiber sphagnum moss and drip irrigation in them, so they're really a living piece of art, if you will. And you'll see that we have an underlying theme this year, and that happens to be the 125th anniversary celebration for the university. OSU was actually established on Christmas Day in 1890. And so this Christmas will be our 125th anniversary. So in our landscape campus beautification efforts, we've been adding a few little surprises, which you'll see with the OSU topiary in that garden. But here in the formal garden, we tried a little bit of a different display and planting scheme this year, where we really spelled out images that are reminiscent of some of our history here at Oklahoma State University. You'll see a cowboy boot, and you'll see Old Central, you'll see a birthday cake and some balloons, and even a Pistol Pete head, all spelled out with plant material. The plant material that we're using is Joseph's coat, and I think we've got probably 6 or 7 different cultivars or colors that we're using to spell out and make the shapes. We plant them probably 4 to 6 inches apart early in the spring, and we trim them meticulously, and I've got a couple of staff members that do that, and they're very dedicated. We have a horticulturist and a student who solely take care of this garden, and so it's not uncommon for them to be out here trimming with scissor type handheld hedging shears to keep that nice, neat shape. So it's been interesting to see it evolve, and we're starting the celebration, and again, it's very festive, and we hope folks will come and take a look at this. But from a horticulturist standpoint, I always am enamored by some of the plant material that we have that makes the designs, and I've got probably 2 or 3 that I'd want to bring to your attention. One of the display gardens here that's very colorful, that doesn't really spell anything out, we're using several different plants, and of course here at OSU we have to have our splashes of orange color, which we add in every year. But one of my favorites is a Kufia called Vermillionaire, and it's upright growing, very full and robust. It's got little cigar looking flowers that hummingbirds actually love, and they're a really nice orange color, and they love the heat. So the more heat, the bigger they grow. They just don't like heavy, wet soils. And then we're contrasting that plant with a silver foliage textured one that is cardoon. Now, a lot of people get a little bit excited about that, thinking it's maybe a thistle weed or something from a pasture, but it's actually related to artichoke. It acts as a biennial forest, so it really won't bloom this year. If it overwintered, it would probably bloom next year. But it's got wonderful silver foliage, lots of texture, and it makes a nice companion plant with our orange and white colors. In addition to those, there's a vinca that is growing. It's low growing, and it's the Mediterranean series. It's solid white. It's kind of filling in our birthday cake. And it's very unique because one plant may grow 3-4 feet wide in a given summer. It's an annual, of course, loves the heat, but it's low growing for a vinca or periwinkle. So that's one we seem to use every year, it seems like. And then another one that we've kind of used to fill in some of the plant designs, like the boot or the Pistol Pete, is a low growing one called Dichondra. Now it's a little bit different species than some of the dichondra that you might see in a lawn weed, but this one comes in two colors, silver falls as a cultivar, or an emerald falls, or an emerald green, which is the green one. And they just hug the ground and spread and grow like crazy, but a beautiful silver foliage. The silver falls grows a little bit more aggressively than the green one, but really it does a great job of filling in for us. And I think one of the most unique things at our garden is if you're here and you're wondering what these plants are, you can go up to some of the signage where there's a QR code, and if you've got a smartphone with a QR code reader, you can just go up to that sign, scan it, and it will bring up a website link that shows a picture and tells you every one of the plants that's in the formal garden. So it will help you become more aware of some of the plants that we're using that you may want to try in your own garden or landscape. Well, we invite you to the beautiful campus of Oklahoma State University here in Stillwater this fall, and we hope you'll come and check out some of these displays that we've had a lot of fun in designing, and learn about all the different colorful plants, and more importantly, help us celebrate 125 years of educational success.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.